most of us are aware, Broadway has been a brand iconic to Kashmir hospitality sector. But now recently, it has decided to shift its focus to the sector of education and establish the Broadway Education Hub with a team of experienced faculty from reputed institutions like the Chanakya IS Academy and the Resonance EduVentures Quota. So the aim of this was to help students from Kashmir who've normally had to go out to seek these services. And especially after the COVID thing, traveling, staying outside, it became very problematic. So Broadway has stepped in with this initiative. So the aim is to help students from Kashmir to achieve success in various vocations, such as the UPSC exams, the Public Service Commission exam, JEE, NEET preparations, and guidance also to apply to foreign universities, because they have to, seek guidance from out. And all this in keeping with the highest quality and idea of what we are doing here at Broadway. Today we addressed issue, that of mental health. All of us are educated, all of that, it still continues. It's something that all of us like to brush under the carpet. Agar koi kehta bhi hai, suppose, or discuss it, because there's a huge stigma and taboo which surrounds.
Particularly Mr. Amla and office bearers of the Central Government Pensioners Welfare Association Kashmir and other members and people who are generally from the society here. First of all, I would like to congratulate Mr. Amla for the great shift he has made in his life, I would say. I mean, there are occasions when it has become I was chairman of the Public Service Commission, which is an autonomous body. But even at that point of time, I started this initiative of creating awareness and motivation amongst the youth of this place to compete for the central and all India services. Now coming to the topic today, I thought we were going to listen to some expert. I think Sana has already put the matter in context. She has given certain figures, although the figures you consider, they can be either increased or decreased a little bit.
Sure.
It doesn't matter, but the basic point that comes out of this is that mental health illness has become a real problem the world over, not only in JNK, the world over. And in I'll come to some of the figures that will need a little reiteration. I hope you guys have the time for this. If you look at it in the world situation, then there are certain figures say that about 10 to 13% of the people are affected by mental health illnesses worldwide. And the most prevalent thing is, of course, depression. Depression and in the older age groups is dementia. But in United States, particularly, and some of the advanced countries, the problem is more aggravated. 1 in 4 or 1 in 5 people are affected by mental health disease. But when we come to J&K, particularly the valley, it's a much grimmer situation. And here, as she rightly put, she said about 41%, but the figure that was available to me was about 45% are really affected by this kind of problems. And what's important is that 50% of women are affected by mental distress, 37% men. And similarly, depressive tendencies affect 36% of women and 21% men.
A lot has been discussed, so I wouldn't repeat the same, but very wonderful facts were laid down here by all of us, and I am hoping that a lot of work in the area of Kashmir, in the area of Valley, has been already done. It's quite right, honestly. I think when Sana was also sharing about the statistics, even when I ventured into it, and even speaking from New Delhi, so I come from there, you don't find anything happening for senior citizens. And in fact, if you go on Google and if you type about workshops on senior citizens, you'll only get some from US, Canada, that to 1 and 2 they're available, and then nothing else at all. Even if you go and look at researches done in the area of senior citizen, I say okay, workshop nahi hai, koi baat nahi, dur ki baat. Koi research bhi ho rahi at a scientific level, you will barely find any latest researches happening. In fact, when I try to stream it down in the context of our rally, then I could barely see any strong researches in the very latest time that has happened. When Sana referred about the census, I think I would agree the same. 2011 is what statistics we are talking right now while quoting our statistics. So imagine how much of research has been left out, considering that COVID also happened, which totally rotated the mental health of even youngsters out there, which has not been tapped at all. So that brings a lot of question about this area, and that is what we're going to start on with. Now, all big dignitaries are standing out here, are sitting here. I'm pleased to be with you. At the end, I would really want your, sharing also to happen a little, where you can share that what are you doing for your mental health. Maybe, your colleagues will take away something. Maybe I'll take away something whenever I go to another workshop to say, hey, this is what I learned from the greater dignitaries, and that will pick at the end. Also, I'll be sharing some sheets with you, so we'll do some exercises also. I hope everybody would be comfortable with a pen and paper exercise, and that will be fine as well.
So, thank you very much to Dr. Bains, and also now as a general summing up feedback, I would like to invite Mr. Rafiq Masoodi, who's been with us today, who retired as the Additional Director General Doordarshan.
I, on behalf of the CGPWA, Central Government Pensioners Welfare Association, I am associated with thank Mr. Amla and the Broadway Educational Hub, and then Dr. Bains for interacting with the young oldies, because we have a lot to share, we have a lot of pains, agonies, happinesses inside, which we normally share with people when we are asked to. Third thing is, which I should really be happy that I see 90% of my colleagues here and very little from other pension senior citizens. I'll take the opportunity, misusing this days, is that we have here some broadcasting fraternity. Perhaps you know that after a long fight, F-I-G-H-T, not effort, we were able to open CGHS dispensary in Srinagar, and for that we had to have, that's why I used the fight word, because 15 years back it was opened in Jammu and Srinagar was nowhere in the Naksha, but we could do it, it's working. We have some hassles, but hassles are always there. Thank you. Thank you.
ये हमने सीनियर सिटीजन्स के लिए एक मेंटल हेल्थ पे टॉक ऑर्गेनाइज की थी। मकसद हमारा ये था कि जो कोई नया बिजनेस शुरू होता है या नया एकेडमी शुरू होती है तो बुज़ुर्गों की ब्लेसिंग्स उसमें बहुत ज़रूरी है। तो आज हमारे काफ़ी एमिनेंट जो लोग हैं कश्मीर के वो आए थे और उन्होंने हमारी इस वर्कशॉप में शिरकत ली। जो हमने देखा था, जो हम रिसर्च कर रहे थे कि सीनियर सिटीजन्स की मेंटल हेल्थ पे अनफॉर्चुनेटली कश्मीर में कोई खास प्रोग्राम्स नहीं है। तो हमने एक शुरुआत की है। हमने एक बहुत एमिनेंट साइकोलॉजिस्ट को दिल्ली से बुलाया था और उन्होंने इंटरैक्ट किया हमारे सीनियर सिटीजन्स के साथ। हम चाहते हैं कि ऐसे वर्कशॉप्स और भी हों और हम ब्रॉडवे की तरफ से ऐसे कुछ और वर्कशॉप ज़रूर करेंगे, क्योंकि इसमें लार्जर अवेयरनेस की ज़रूरत है ताकि सोसाइटी में हर किसी जगह पहुँचे। देखिए, हमारा एक्सपीरियंस तो आपने खुद देखा, काफ़ी अच्छा रहा अंदर। काफ़ी लोगों ने काफ़ी सवाल पूछे और कईयों को कई जवाब मिले। जो आप कह रहे हैं ये लार्जर स्केल पे होना चाहिए, मैं आपसे बिल्कुल सहमत हूँ इस बात पे। लार्जर स्केल पे ये ज़रूर होना चाहिए। अपनी तरफ से हमसे जितना हो पाएगा हम उसका कोशिश ज़रूर करेंगे।
आई थिंक आज का प्रोग्राम बहुत ही अच्छा था। कश्मीर वैली के हिसाब से ये बहुत ही ज़रूरी मुद्दा था, क्योंकि सीनियर सिटीजन्स पे अक्सर ये बात नहीं होती, और बहुत ही अच्छा रिस्पॉन्स था। बहुत सारे सवाल पूछे गए, बहुत सारे क्वेश्चंस आए, और ओवरऑल एक बहुत ही अच्छी चीज़ थी। आई थिंक एक टिप अवे जो बनता है कि ऐसे प्रोग्राम्स और होने चाहिए जो अक्सर सीनियर सिटीजन्स को अपने इश्यूज सामने लाने के लिए आतुर करेंगे, और ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा साइकोलॉजिस्ट हमारी वैली में ट्रेन होने चाहिए जो सीनियर सिटीजन्स जैसे इश्यूज के साथ वर्क कर पाए, क्योंकि हमारे पास पॉपुलेशन बहुत है पर साइकोलॉजिस्ट और साइकाट्रिस्ट काम करने के फील्ड में हार्डली 50 या 60 होंगे। तो आई थिंक वो बढ़ाने की बहुत ज़रूरत है।